You're about to start hearing things go bump in the night because iZombie rises from its slumber for Season 2 tomorrow. We've got the cast of the hit show here to spill their guts on the premiere. How do you think The Cure is going to twist and turn Season 2?
Well, there are side effects. It won't surprise anyone to know, and we'll learn one of those side effects right in the first episode, and there will be more than that. So, I mean, Ravi was serious that this is a very untested thing that Liv just gave to Major and Blaine, so it will not be easy sledding for the two of them. Not to mention, we also have, a rat in an aquarium who's taken the same cure, so, he's sort of like our canary in a coal mine, Whatever happens to that rat is likely to happen to Major and Blaine as well.
David, let me be the first to welcome you back to the land of the living.
Thank you, brother.
How does it feel to be playing a living human being? Did he really enjoy being a zombie more than a human?
I think there were elements of zombieism that he loved, but, there's aspects of humanity that you miss when you're a zombie. He got back his sense of taste, and he was eating that fried pie and loving it. He's going to find a different vocation, but he might be doing a bit of fibbing in the second season. He might apply zombie makeup himself so he can still enjoy the fruits of humanity.
How are you looking forward to playing the change between your relationship with Major now that he knows you're a zombie?
Well, it's interesting. Now one of the only people who doesn't know in terms of Liv's professional life and social life is Clive, Babineau. So it's going to be interesting, with Peyton. Peyton abandoned her and left. Major knows, Ravi knows, Blaine obviously knows. There's a lot of different ways to explore that dynamic and that reveal with different people. But it's kind of about if people get on board and support her and are able to see that she's trying to do the right thing, there will be a stronger relationship for it.
So far in iZombie, what has been your favorite, or who has been your favorite character to write?
I would think it would be Blaine because I usually like writing the bad guy, but my favorite thing to write is Ravi and Major scenes. The scenes of the boys together have been my favorite thing to write. My favorite thing to watch is Malcolm react to things. The Clive character, Clive reacting, there's just some moments that he has that completely destroy me. I can't stop laughing because Malcolm Goodwin is so hilarious.
Were you saying something?
How has it been growing Clive over this first season as a character?
Oh, it's been great. It's been fun. Obviously Clive is a rookie homicide detective, so playing his progression of getting better. Every episode I always ask myself, what does Clive know in this episode as a detective that he didn't know last episode? And I'm looking forward to continue that in Season 2.
Are we going to get to see a lot of scenes of the two of you working together in Season 2?
God, I hope so.
Yeah, and that'll be great.
I hope so. Me and Mac, we're very close, and we try and bleed as much fun from even the little interaction we get in the morgue, so we're hoping there's a ride along or something.
Raoul and Malcolm adventures of a little bit of that can bleed into Ravi and Clive. That would be awesome.
I think you just pitched the spinoff.
Yeah.
Now, in the end, you decided, your character, to make Major a zombie over your brother. Why do you think your character decided to do that?
She decided to make Major a zombie before the brother was a question. And so she didn't have to deal with that, thank God. But also, Major was really unappreciative of what she did. She thought she was doing the right thing. She had his best interests at heart. But you're making life or death decisions for somebody else, and you can't decide how they're going to respond to that. And there are going to be repercussions in Season 2 for how Major does or doesn't forgive and respond to her after that. So it'll be interesting.
When you're working and developing Season 2, what are the major themes, or what was your major question or ideas that you guys came up with in the room that you decided that this would be a great Season 2?
Well, the big one we sort of is no secret because we kind of stated in the finale of Season 1. Von Duclark, the head of Max Rager, tells his scientist, "You work on Supermax, and I will take care of the zombie problem." So a big storyline in Season 2 is going to be Max Rager trying to locate and eliminate all the zombies in Seattle, and it will have the strange effect of putting Blaine and Liv on the same team for a part of Season 2.
The buzz surrounding the highly anticipated return of the classic Dark Knight saga is shaking the comic book industry to its core, and DC co-publisher Jim Lee is adding to the hype with a special slipcase he designed for Dark Knight 3. Okay, so Jim, you designed something pretty freaking cool. Everybody's really excited about Dark Knight 3. Tell me about what you designed.
Well, I actually did the artwork for the design, but it was actually our amazing production people and Mark Chiarella, art designer. His team basically came up with a slipcase edition of DKIII, Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. And essentially this is Special because it's oversized, so it's what we call the deluxe size, so the Killing Joke is also in the same size. But it basically mirrors the same contents as the periodical, it's just larger, and also the mini comic that's in the periodical will be printed at the full size of this board itself. So if you pull out, there'll be 8 volumes, one for every issue.
You're telling me the stories aren't in here yet.
No, this is just a mock-up.
I am taking this with me.
Yeah, this is just a mock-up, and this cover is actually Frank Miller artwork, but I'm doing the artwork for this, so I'm basically doing something along this line, and the covers for each of these different volumes will be the pencils of the covers that I do, the 1 in 500 covers. So if it's tough for you to get a 1 in 500 variant cover, which probably would be, you can buy them through the collector edition. So this is the first issue. This is the moment after Batman has defeated the Joker, and Carrie Kelly has rescued him in the Batcopter and spirited him away to the Batcave, and I guess there's no escalator in the Batcave, so they have to trudge through the water. You know, I don't know. There are no steps. I don't know what They basically have to walk through water to get back to the base.
I love how we'll just be walking around the DC offices and some of your pencils, we're just sitting in here and I'm like, that's Jim Lee. That's his artwork right there. I'm gonna pick this up and maybe take it home with me.
That's cool. I have sometimes the same feeling. Like I'll draw something, I go like, wow, that turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. Because sometimes when you're drawing, it's just, you don't know how it's gonna turn out. And sometimes your hand kind of surprises you. But also little details like she's got her slingshot, and then in that scene, and how you know it's that scene is that her left hand is gloveless, and that is within the original Dark Knight Returns itself.
Now I know sometimes too, you also hide things in here in your artwork that are little personal nods and things. Did you hide anything
No,
in
I
this
didn't,
cover?
but I did think about it. But then I was like, you know what, I won't this time. But I was thinking I could probably do something down here, and then obviously in the case. But I didn't, but I probably will. I don't do it every cover. It has to kind of really be the right moment, the right image. But somewhere along the lines, I've got 8 covers in total, so somewhere in there I'll probably do something.
What is it like for you just kind of playing in the Dark Knight world, doing all these covers in the slipcase?
Yeah, look, it's a super thrill. First off, it's very kind of imposing, you know. You get a little psyched out. I know that I actually stared at this board blank for several days before I did it. The actual amount of time, once I got going, only took like 4 or 5 hours, but days passed where I kind of just had kind of a loose sketch and idea, and I kind of would come back to it and go like, is this a good idea or not? Is this work or not? And then finally, what moved me was the deadline. So I had to make decisions quickly. I said, all right, I believe in this cover, I believe in this image. I sat down and I drew it, and at the end, like, you know, it was like 5 in the morning. I looked at it and said, it turned out all right. So, and that's kind of how it goes. You just don't know, and a lot of it is sort of the second guessing. A lot of times when I do a cover, I'll do other layouts, but on this one, I had the original layout. I felt pretty good about it, but I want to kind of give myself some time to think about it. But look, when you're working with Frank, you want to bring your A game, and I think every artist, we have all these variant covers, probably felt the same thing. Like, this is such a seminal, important book in all our careers. To add something to the lore, you know, it's what I'm looking for. It's
once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime, but it's also
legendary.
very scary, imposing. It's intimidating. That's the word. It's intimidating. It's intimidating. Yes.
And just looking at this, I'm like, the 1 in 500. I mean, those are gonna fly off the shelves super fast. So when is the collected edition coming out that people can get their hands on?
Right. So that comes out 2 weeks after the periodical. So there'll be a nice cadence: periodical, collector's edition, periodical, collector's edition.
Remember to click subscribe, and don't forget about the premiere of iZombie tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
Make sure you're following DC Comics on Instagram because iZombie's Raul Coley, aka Ravi, is doing an Instagram takeover today. And Robert Buckley, who plays Major, will be doing the same thing October 13th.
DC Comics handle is @DC Comics, so keep your eyes glued to your phone so you don't miss the zombie fun.